Oh boy, disclaimer.
Welcome one and all to Simpsons Treehouse of Horror Countdown Review. Continue watching, if you dare. I really don't want to review this. Be warned, this is going to be ugly. One recurring thing I noticed while doing this series is the intros to the Treehouse episodes are pretty good and entertaining. Well, down the toilet that theory goes. After Bart and Lisa get a major haul of candy, Marge confiscates it and replaces it with healthy things like toothbrushes and dental floss. God, she really doesn't love her kids, does she? The next day, Homer is told to take the candy to be sent overseas for the troops, so he of course doesn't and takes the candy away for himself. Even Homer isn't usually this dickish. If there's one thing I like about this intro, it's the blatant psycho parody as Homer drives off with the candy and everyone looks at him with suspicion. He gets to Springfield Gorge and falls down a cliffside, getting his arm stuck under a rock in a parody of 127 Hours. Good God, how is this intro still going? It's a freaking segment in itself! Homer calls for help but can't be bothered waiting 20 minutes, so he decides to chew his own arm off. And of course, he chews off the wrong one. Because who didn't see that coming? He then chews off his leg. This is stupid, even for Homer. Oh, and both are reattached mere seconds later. How? Why? Fucked if I know. So he finally chews his damn arm off, grabs the bag, and finds vegetables. Yes, it turns out the kids swapped the candy for vegetables before Homer got to it. This is the shittest intro yet. It's not funny, nor is it clever. Homer comes across as a jerk and a complete moron, even for his standards, and even the title card is crap. Oh, and just to add salt to the wound, this segment goes, and I'm not kidding here, for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, which is easily 2 minutes too bloody long. The intro should be short, sweet, and to the point, not a fucking segment in its own right. Can somebody please tell me why the writers thought doing a parody of the diving bell and the butterfly was a good idea for a horror special? The only horror this segment has is the horror that is followed by the word bull, because this segment sucks. Homer wakes up paralysed and unable to speak. Through a flashback we find out he was bitten by a venomous spider whilst putting up Halloween decorations. I swear they just shoehorned Halloween into this segment so it had the right to exist. So yeah, Homer is paralysed, but Lisa discovers a way for Homer to communicate. That is, and I'm really not joking here, through flatulence.
Can you pass gas at will? Fart once for no, twice for yes.
Jesus H fucking Christ, we have found ourselves in Family Guy territory of comedy here, folks. Seeing Homer fart several times throughout this segment actually hurts. Like each time he does it, I feel like I've been stabbed and the knife's have been twisted. We are far gone from what made these segments so great at this point. Remember when they were scary? Remember when they were well-written good parodies that were packed full of fun, violence, laughs and scares? Well, those days are down the fucking shitter. What's worse is we almost see a glimpse of heartful moments throughout, but they just get ruined by cheap gags. One example is Marge getting Homer ready to go out and trying to keep positive. Homer starts saying how good she is to him, only to get distracted by her boobs. Another is the letter he writes to Marge via Lisa. What could be a heartful moment is ruined by crap background gags and unfunny lines dotted throughout the letter. And believe it or not, it gets worse. While sat in the backyard, Homer gets bit by a radioactive spider and gets superpowers, including being able to fart webs onto criminals. What the hell am I even watching? Where did this come from? It comes out of pissing nowhere, does nothing to improve the segment, and is just a mess. The segment doesn't really end either, it just stops. Marge and Homer swing away and that's it. Oh, there's a rest home for the cast of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. Don't even ask. This segment is utter balls. I'm giving the diving bell and the butterball a -1 out of 10. Yes, -1! It's utter drivel incarnate. It's an unfunny, unscary, poorly written mess of a segment. This is it. The single worst Treehouse segment there will ever be. Surely nothing can be as bad as this crap. Surely this one can't be as bad as the last segment. Surely! Dial D for Diddley is a parody of Dexter with Flanders in the role of the serial killing vigilante. After hearing God tell him to kill people, he goes around butchering them. One cool thing about this segment is the intro. I like how it looks like Flanders is about to do something bad, only for it to be an everyday thing. Then we think we see him praying, but instead he's holding up severed arms. That alone makes this segment much better than the previous one, not that that's saying much. It turns out that it isn't God ordering Flanders to kill people in the name of sin, but Homer, using a voice changer and speaker in Ned's Bible, despite us not seeing a speaker there moments earlier. And instead of getting him to murder sinners, he's instead getting him to murder his enemies. Even though Sideshow Bob is Bart's enemy, but whatever. One scene I really don't get is the scene where Patty and Selma get killed. For some reason it's done in a similar style to the Roadrunner cartoons. Why? It doesn't fit in with the theme of the segment and feels so out of place. There's no need for it other than to force another reference in there. The ending is cack too. Ned finds out about Homer and threatens to kill him for guaranteeing that he will go to hell. Homer says hell doesn't exist, only for God to come along and strangle him to death. He then reveals that the devil rules the world, and then Maud shows up showing that she and the devil are a couple. What the fuck? What the hell kind of ending is this? It has no flow, makes no sense, and doesn't blend in with the rest of the segment. It just happens out of nowhere. Couldn't they have thought of something better? I don't know, how about Flanders killing Homer, only to realise he enjoys killing and continuing his rampage? Or what if Flanders was crazy the whole time? Hell, the idea of God actually giving these orders would have been a cool double bluff. But no, it's just a prank by Homer that ends in a complete mess. I'm giving Dial D for Diddley a 1 out of 10. Sure, it's better than the previous segment, but it's still bad. Aside from one intriguing moment, this segment was slow, unfunny, dull, and had a crap ending. This segment is a parody of Avatar, and by a parody I mean a rushed remake with Simpsons characters and references. I would say jokes, but there aren't any funny ones. Honestly though, just take Avatar, slap the Simpsons characters on it, and replace the blue aliens with Rigelians, and you've pretty much got this segment. Bart is transformed into an avatar body of a Rigelian, along with Milhouse, to act as a double agent and find the Hilarium the military are searching for. He meets and falls in love with Kang's daughter, sleeping with her and getting her pregnant. God, I wish I was making this shit up. The aliens then show Bart and Milhouse where the Hilarium is, and it's revealed to help with the mood swings during pregnancy. Milhouse informs the military and they soon invade. I'll admit, this battle scene is awesome. The visuals are stunning and the animation is beautiful. One funny moment is when Superintendent Chalmers is tricked into knocking himself off a cliff by Bart.
Yo, Colonel! You got some schmutz on your cheek.
Where? Here? Skinner!
Well, it would be funnier if not for him shouting out his catchphrase whilst falling. It literally has no reason to be used here. Skinner wasn't even in the bloody scene. Speaking of Chalmers, I don't get why he's in the role of the Colonel. Wouldn't that be a more fitting role for Skinner, seeing as though he's already an authority figure in the Simpson universe and has actually fought in a bloody war? Oh, whatever. The military is defeated after the aliens and the animals of the planet work together. Then the aliens admit that had the humans had just asked for the Hilarium, they would have given it to them because on their planet the words yours and mine don't exist. Kang then says that's why they don't enjoy the movie Yours, Mine and Ours. And then the segment just stops. No, really. A curtain falls and that's it for the segment. What the hell is with the endings of these segments? Then, several characters break the fourth wall to tell the viewers random shit about Christmas. You know, I'd be pissed off that they ended the Halloween special talking about Christmas, but I'm just glad the episode's over. In the Navi gets 2 out of 10 simply because of the gorgeous visuals. Aside from that though, it's another poor parody lacking in laughs, scares, or wit. This is it. The single worst Treehouse installment I've ever seen, and I highly doubt it will ever be topped. This is the first time I've ever had to give a minus rating to a segment. The diving bell and the butterball is such a pathetic attempt at a Treehouse segment, it makes me angry, sad, and frustrated at the same time. And neither Dial D for Diddley nor In the Navi did much better to boost up the episode's score. I thought Treehouse 18 was bad, but this made that one look like Treehouse 5. Treehouse of Horror 22 gets a 1 out of 10, and even then I think that's generous. Fuck this episode, from its overly long and stupid intro to its 3 weak as piss segments. Please let tomorrow's episode be better. Please! And that's it for this video and this review. Do you agree with me or do you think I'm... No, screw it. How can you not agree with me on this? This isn't just the thoughts of one person. This is a fact. This episode is a load of blow. Screw it to hell. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Now where's my bourbon? I'm gonna need it to forget about this crap.